Yo, what's up, what's up, what's up? Trying to configure the stream here. Looks like we're up on YouTube. It shows that we're on Twitch, but I'm not getting an image. So, yeah, we're definitely up on YouTube, so that's fine. Let me try to stop and restart the Twitch stream. Yeah, it says it's up. I'm not getting an image. Weird. All right, well. That's fine. All right, let's get going. All right, so in this live stream, we're going to go through and start the beginnings of a brand new application that I'm planning on building, which is a video on demand learning platform. So we're going to do this in Ruby on Rails. And so this platform is going to use all the standard things in Rails that you would use to build out a production level application, as well as we're going to use Mux for, so we're going to store our video files in S3, but then use Mux for transcoding and streaming and playback and live streams, but we'll do the storage ourselves in S3. And then we're going to use Stripe checkout, Stripe billing, and use that functionality so that we can offload the subscription management and stuff to Stripe. Plus, for my specific use case, we already have our own customers within Stripe that we need to migrate over. And so this makes it really easy to plug and play. Just put in your Stripe account and your secret, whatever is necessary there. We'll have to see when we set that up. And then we'll be able to just pull in all the plans and subscriptions and stuff. So really, we're going to focus on building out the core of the platform. And so in this initial stream, it's just going to be like, how would you set up a Ruby on Rails production level application? What are all the gems and libraries that you would need? How do you configure your testing environment? Make sure you get testing set up from the beginning. And then how do you build out that separation between your admin dashboard and your members area? And we're not going to get too deep into features and functionality right now. We're going to try to get like our initial foundation set up. And then in the next stream, we'll come in and we'll really zero in on a specific feature or piece of functionality, whether it's, let's get our video upload working to S3. Then we'll do another one, depending on how long that takes. We might do it in the same stream, but depending on how long it takes, maybe we'll also then connect that up with Mux and be able to transcode and stream the videos and use the Mux player and wire up the client side with that. So yeah, with that, let's just jump in. All right, so we're going to go in here and we're just going to do Rails new. We're going to skip solid. At the time of this live stream, Rails 8 is out. Solid is basically new adapters for background jobs, caching, and so queues, caching, and WebSocket stuff with Action Cable. Previously, those used Redis, and now they've moved them all to have database drivers, essentially, which is great, but it's still very new, and I don't really want to use it until it's been out there a little bit. They've worked out more bugs and filled any kind of holes in the architecture. So we'll see how that goes, but for now we're going to skip it and we're going to stick with the tried and true. Let's use Redis. Let's use Sidekick. And I think that's perfectly fine for our needs. So we're going to go ahead and so we're going to use Postgres for our database. We use Tailwind. We use we will use ESBuild for our build system. We're going to skip tests because we're going to install RSpec and configure that. And yeah, that should be good. So let's do it. And I think we're on Rails 8.0.1, I believe. So we'll go ahead and let that run. But yeah, this should be fun because most of the work we're going to try to delegate off and only do what's absolutely necessary. We'll probably end up having a whole stream on just design to go through and like actually make the design for stuff. We're not going to focus on design in the beginning. We're just going to try to, you know, get some code out there. So let's go ahead and cd into our directory. And we're not going to add all this yet. I'm going to come in here, and I like to come in to the project, go to the gem file, and just clean up some of this stuff. Generally, I'll keep Rails above the other gems. That way I can just easily see it at a glance, which makes updates nice. We're going to go ahead and install Redis because we know we're going to need that. We're not going to install bcrypt because we're going to use Devise, so it's going to go and install whatever it needs. I'm pretty sure it uses bcrypt under the hood as well. We might try to use Kamal for deployment. We'll see. Image processing, that's fine. Okay. So then, come through here and let's sort all these alphabetically. You'll see that's why I kept Rails separate, so it doesn't get lost in there. Considering, you know, it is the entire framework versus an extension to the framework. So it seems like it should get a little bit higher level treatment, right? Okay, so if you see, we have the plan here. This is very much a scratch plan, but you know, that's how Agile works, right? We're gonna build. We're not gonna worry about too many things. We're gonna build with good habits, good discipline, right? So we don't end up with a pile of nonsense at the end that's really hard to maintain long term. But we're gonna move fast as well. So that's kind of the goal. All right, so clean up the initial app setup. Okay, generally that's the main thing that I like to do. I'm debating on whether or not we want to use Slim. Like, ERB is kind of verbose. Like the syntax is weird, right? For the escape syntax. So let's see, you just open up like the layout here, right? Having to use this to open a tag anytime you want to interpolate something is kind of silly. And Slim actually works well, but only if you actually keep the views small. If they end up becoming massive, it becomes really hard to like navigate the views because you don't have closing tags, right? And there's different attribute syntax that works or doesn't work, meaning when I go inside of a tag here and I want to add attributes, if I'm doing this in Slim, right, I would say something like div. Now I can just say like class equals bg red 400, right? That works. This also works. What else? This also works. And the problem with that is inconsistency. And you can say like, oh, have a style for it and have linters for it. And you can, for sure. But I think more times than not, as you're building, you're not worried about a lot of those things up front. You're just trying to get an idea out and see if it has legs, right? Like if it is anything worth spending your time on, or if it's just a fun exercise. So I think it is it's important for that consistency. And with HTML, like there's only one way to add attributes, right? You can't add them in a different way. And so I think we'll probably stay with ERB. We can always change it and convert it over later if we wanted to. I don't really see the benefit of it, because in my experience working on large Rails applications, slim views are rarely ever slim. All right, so anyways, we don't need that. We'll just leave that for now. And all right, so we need testing environment. I'm also thinking of just like installing gems, because there are definitely some gems that we need. But let's do our testing gems first. So let's just go ahead and go over to the GitHub. Yeah, latest stable release is good for me. So let's open up our gem file. And we're going to go development test. Get rid of those single quotes. Yeah. Okay, so with that, we just need to bundle. So that'll install, well, install Redis. Should also have installed RSpec Rails. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Okay. And then we also need to run Rails G RSpec install. And that's just going to create that initial scaffold, the .rspec config file, our spec directory, and then our spec helper and our Rails helper. Cool. So now we have those. Let's get Capybara installed, because I don't really think we need to do anything else here. Yeah, that's just going to generate a model and then use the generator to create a spec. We can write our own specs. That's fine. Let's look at Rails Capybara. Let's go ahead and pull that in. Go to that GitHub. All right, so we just need Capybara. I feel like this should only be in test, right? Where does it have it? It's just like install it everywhere. Do we need it everywhere? We don't want that everywhere. I don't think that's... That doesn't sound like a good idea. All right. Test helper file. We are. So is it one in Rails helper or spec helper? Feels like it would want it here. All right. Spec helper. I don't know. Let's see if it works. All right, so let's go spec features. User can visit the homepage spec. So we're going to require our Rails helper, right? Yeah. Yeah, just let AI write it. Write it, AI. Let's go. Welcome to yeah. Okay. And through the magic of Vim, we can go and attach our test runner to this tmux pane over here. And yeah, see, that doesn't work. Bundle. Good. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting failure. Then setup do it? I should do it, right? Yeah. Create the database. Boom, boom, boom. We don't really want to start the server. I mean, that's fine. We can... I don't know. Let's move this server. Create a new pane. Now we can come here, rename this one to server. Okay. So I don't know why we didn't need that though. Let's go ahead and run that spec again. Okay. We're going to get some error here. Expected to find welcome and no route matches, right? Because we don't have a route. And so this would essentially push us down the kind of red-green refactor flow for TDD. We're not really going to do that with a lot of this just because it would take a long time for any of that on the stream. If you're interested, you can make a video about it, but for the stream, we're just going to kind of do the thing that we know we need to do. So we're going to go ahead and open up our routes file, right? And notice we don't have a route path here. So we're going to say route static home for now. That's fine. We're going to add a new controller for that. And then we're going to add a view for it. And we're going to say, welcome to, what was it supposed to say? What does it say, homepage? And then, okay, and then we'll rerun the spec. And we're green. Cool. So now we have some testing set up. We know we can write tests for things, which is good. So we're going to, let's check the plan. All right, so we've cleaned up that. Let's see. We've cleaned up that. We've done that. Let's install letter opener. So letter opener is a cool gem. That basically just opens up any emails that are sent within your application in development in the browser. So, yeah, we're going to put that in development only. And so let's do, I don't think we need to commit yet. We could have done an initial commit and then like all the RSpec stuff. Let's see. No, it's gonna have all of it in there anyway, so we'll just do an apps, like a setup. Okay, we don't need that, we don't need that, we don't need that. So for development, we'll go ahead and add letter opener, and we'll run bundle install. We just do it right here in line in NeoVim. All right, so now, excuse me. Pretty sure we need to add some settings in here. Here we go. We're going to set the delivery method to letter opener and perform deliveries to true. Okay, so oops. What am I doing? There we go. Okay. I think that's all we need to do for that. Those are fine. Yep. I don't think we need any of those. Okay. Do we have a notification? I don't think we have a notification. Let's see. Can we generate it? Definitely don't. We don't need a mailbox. It would be mailer, right? So Rails G mailer welcome. Right. Generated our specs for us as well. Nice. All right, so welcome mailer. Doesn't do anything. And app views. Why doesn't the view come up? There's no view. Well, let's just delete those because I'm not really sure it's still there. There's no way. No way. All right, cool. Cool. We got our home page. And we've got our layout. Right. I don't need that. Okay. So now that we're here, also I realize this song is on repeat. Sorry about that. Let's change it up. All right. What do we need to do? Well, letter opener's there. We'll see it when we get to Devise. All right, so let's keep going. Let's go back to the plan. Whoops. Okay, Devise is next. So we will add all of that as some initial setup. And let's go ahead and get this thing on GitHub as well. Oh, we need to change that profile picture. Also, how am I not signed in? Change that right quick. Yeah, that's it. Come on. All right. Anyways, let's go here, create a new repository. I won't do that. This will be a private repo. Yeah. All right, so let's just do that. We'll grab this. Cool. And now we're up there. That's still updating, but here we are. All right, now we need Devise. Just wanted to make sure that we had that all set up and configured. Let's go. All right, so we don't really need the wiki, right? Just a matter of adding it and then installing it. We do need to set this in development. Let's do that first. Okay. Now what do we need? So we need to add Devise. Go ahead and run bundle. Okay. Now, RLG Devise install, which is going to tell us to do all that. We do need the flash messages, so it's always one that I forget. Let's go app views layouts underscore flash.html.erb, and we'll say flash.each do key value oh my goodness, I hate the ERB syntax. Come on, AI, give me some. What is this music? Hold on. I gotta find some different music. All right. And we'll probably just style this here because we have Tailwind, right? So do width pull, text center, P, Y2, just P2, something like that. And so if we were to go to our static controller and just say flash notice, right? And we should have our server booted. So actually, you know what? We've installed a number of gems. So let's go ahead and just kill the server and then run bin dev. That should run everything for us there. And now let's come over to our browser and navigate to localhost 3000. All right, so we have our text from the home page, but we're not rendering our flash. So let's go to layouts application.erb, and then we're going to come down here to our body above our yield, and we're going to render layouts flash. If I could type my quotes. And that should work there. And now we see that we're zoomed way in, which is why it looks so large. And let's just give our flash for now, let's just give it a default color of something, right? Like BG, I don't know. Indigo, $400 text, indigo 800, it's not quite what I was, it's like 200 here. Yeah, not exactly. Let's just make that blue. Oh, you know what? Even easier, so we don't have to worry about this. We're gonna keep it simple. All right, in and out. We do want this to be like text extra small, uppercase, letting. Or is it tracking wide? Does the letting actually do anything? I guess a little bit. Alright. Keep that super simple. We don't have to worry about the design too much. But now we have our flash. Right, if we were to go back to our controller and just get rid of that. Now we come back here. Reload. It's gone. There we go. We're on the home page. While we're here, let's go into the application layout. And for our content, I mean, we'd probably just use a main tag. Turn that over there. Don't really want to add anything here because I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. So let's not focus on the actual page content because we're installing Devise and we're going to generate views and stuff for it. And we don't want to get bogged down with styling those right now. Okay, so all right, so we have a root, we have our flash, and we need our views. So Rails G Devise views user, and that's going to generate them all under app views users, which is where we want the views for those because they're all related to kind of user authentication. And we're almost there. Almost there. Now we need to generate our user model, right? So Rails generate Devise user. And that's going to go ahead and generate a create users migration. And we're going to want to modify this some, right? So I don't think you'll have a username or what it would be used for. What else do we need here? Yeah, we're just going to use an admin boolean for right now. Keep it super simple. We can add roles and permissions and things like that later when we need to. But basically, if you're a user, the assumption is that you are a member. And I guess you could be a guest as well. So maybe we'll implement some type of roles or something there. But for now, we'll just leave it as is. All right. So name, admin, email. Just double check my notes here. like we're using sign-in links. Huh? That's nice. That's convenient, I guess. Yeah, we're just gonna sign in with a password for now. That's what we're gonna have. And name, email. And what else? All right, we want all of these things, right? You want to make sure we can track sign-ins. You need to confirm your account. And your account's going to get locked after too many failed attempts, which will require you to reach out so you can make sure that everything's on the uppity up, up and up, uppity up, up, up and up. Okay, email, name, admin. What else? What else? What else? What else do we need for this right now? I don't think we need anything else for our migration. I think just adding name and admin. And name is the only thing we want to allow during a registration, so we'll need to override something for that. We'll pull our indexes in there. That's good. We should probably add an index on name. We don't want it to be unique. Oh, whoops. That should be fine. That should be fine. Okay, so let's check out our user model, because we're going to need to pull in some of these additional traits. How should this be formatted? We're going to bring in omni-authable at some point, but oh, we can't do that. All right. Do that. And okay, so that should have our model all set up. So we have all of those. And I think we're good to run migrations. So Rails DB migrate. And yeah, so Rails DB migrate. Cool, cool, cool. Now we need to override something for, I forget what it's called. Something with the strong parameters. Here we go. Yeah, I am going to do this the lazy way. A little bit like the lazy way trademark. Nice. All right, so Yeah, within our application controller, let's just grab this and we'll see what we need to do. Only modern browsers. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right, so, and then for our parameters for sign up, I just want to include name. That's it. Okay, well, fix it. Thank you. That's what the LSP is for, right? All right. So we should be good there for sign up. Let's go to users registrations. Probably in a form, right? No. It's just straight up right here. I don't know that we're gonna add the name there. I think we have to, right? Because for Stripe checkout, we're gonna end up linking directly to a specific plan within our Stripe account, and that's just, we're gonna generate a link for that. And I guess, you know, we don't want to add a friction point. Like if they're ready to click it and buy, like we're not gonna be like, give us your name too, right? Like we could get it back as part of Stripe payment information, actually, which we may end up doing that and just capture that information back from the customer record, because I think I do want to store. I don't know. Do I want to store a reference to those? We'll have to have a reference to the customer ID on the user itself, but we'll get to that later whenever we add it. Is it given name? I forget what it is. I don't know why we would want both of these to have autofocus. All right, did we run our migration? We ran our migration, right? Let's go ahead and fire up a Rails console. Yeah. All right, cool. So we have that. We probably want something in our bin setup. Dependencies, parent database. Probably want a separate seeder in here to help us kind of like create that initial admin user, but we can always just go and log into a console and then create it. So not a big deal. Okay, let's reboot our server. And let's see if we have our updated. Well, I'm not gonna have any links for it right now. Is it user sign up? I think it's user sign up, right? Let's check out the routes, which are going to be a ton of them. Yeah, users sign in. I want to override the routing. I'm not sure if I want users sign in, or maybe that should have been under account. Right, maybe that should have been under account. Also, I am just now remembering So that it's like /account/sign in, not /users/sign in. So I'm going to change, I'm actually going to change that. So let's actually copy, let's go to views, users, registrations, new. Let's grab our name field and I'm just going to like open up our layout and just paste it in, like whatever. Okay. Now I'm gonna do Rails. What was this? This. But we're gonna delete them, and then we're gonna create them for account. Right. Okay. Now, I don't know why NeoTree is not refreshing. Oh wait, no. We need that. We need that. Okay, so let's try this again. App, views, there we go. Accounts, registrations, and then new. Should I paste in our name field there? Okay, worry about that other directory in a second. I don't know why it still has the users directory here. Just delete that. And then I think, yeah, within the Devise initializer, we have to come in here. There's some configuration key. Forget what it's called. For like, what is it, like name? Scoped views, right? Yeah. Right, because they're scoped to, by default, they're just at the root, where it's just /register/ sign up, which maybe that's fine as well. I don't know. Let's see. Sign in. Let me see where this one goes. It takes you through a different flow. I don't know. I don't know what I think about. Let's see. Let's go here. And let's see. I still don't know what's going on with Twitch over there. How do I get to? Why does it say chat is disabled? I did not mean to disable the chat, so let's see if I can fix that. Let's see, live. I'm gonna edit this. Oh, what? No. It was set to made for kids. I don't know why it does that by default. I wonder if chat is enabled now. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see if this works. Yeah, it looks like Looks like chat should be enabled now, although I guess OBS is not going to show it to me. I'm just going to reopen it. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Now chat is up. All right. So we have our scoped views. We have our name there. Let's go here. So let's go slash, not that at all, slash accounts slash sign up. I'll need to change that as well. So this still has user routes. Why? You know what? I'm thinking about this even more. Let's do this. Not from there. We're going to restart the server in just a second. Let's go here. So if we just create the views straight up, we're just in Devise. And grab this. Drop that there. Close that. Let's comment that back out. Okay. So open up our routes. So Devise for users is why. Is it still scoped to users? Like, that's what I want to know. Not Rails user, Rails routes. So they're all users. Okay. So what if I didn't do that? Why don't we keep doing Rails G? Rails routes. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so it doesn't create anything. Interesting. Okay, so I guess we do need this as users, and then it's going to create all the routes as users. And then why would we not have scoped views then at users, right? Why would we not do this? Just have everything at users, since that's where all the routes are going to be. And then let's go to, I don't know, any of these, now that we have all of them. Oops. Grab our name field one last time. Go to users, registrations, new. And paste that down there. Now we're going to come back here. Users is fine, we'll keep that. Devise, we'll delete. Accounts, we'll delete. Okay, views we'll leave like that. Back in our initializer Devise, we are going to have scope views. And the default scope is just going to be user. We'll come back and configure more of these things later. Okay, let's jump back to our Rails server, run bin dev, fire it back up. And there we go. So I think this is still going to be users / sign up, right? Ooh, and by default, it doesn't look great. You can't really see anything, and that's just because of the default Tailwind config. So let's fix that real quick. We do have Devise technically kind of installed and configured. So let's see. Do we not have... Can I install LazyGit with Homebrew? Ooh, looks like I can. Yeah. LazyGit's awesome. What do I need to do? Why are you quitting each time? There we go. Okay, so let's look through our commits. Hey Mike, it goes. I mean, it's just a lot of initial configuration, not the fun stuff necessarily, but you know, the required things to set up a good base. So let's review our changes here. We have user traits flash, render the flash, wrap main page content in a main tag. Because we are mindful about accessibility. We've got some email templates here for under users. That's good. It's all Devise stuff. Boom, 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 boom. We can just add all of that and say install and configure Devise. Boom, boom. Go ahead and publish that up to our repo. And now let's get back. Let's fix this real quick, right? So this is just the default Tailwind styling, like I said. So let's go to Tailwind. Yeah, Tailwind 4 is out. Ooh, look at that. They refreshed everything. I didn't see the new homepage. Tailwind 4 looks awesome. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but it looks really cool. Anyways, I digress. So we need plugins. Where's my search? Oh wait, do we still have the forms plugin? Or no, these are taking that global search though. It's pretty good. I forgot, like with Tailwind 4, it's supposed to be 0 configuration, but like, do they not still have the, wasn't it forms plugin? Right? Right? Like I'm not tripping. This is what they had before. Did that not? Just not copy? It's like copy and paste decided to stop working. This is an in production build, right? Yeah. Right, and then if we come in here, I think we still have a TailwindJS config. And yeah, actually just. So, well, I believe if we look at our yarn lock file and search for Tailwind, not that one, we are on Tailwind 4.0.3. So we are on Tailwind. There we are. We are on Tailwind 4, but I think Rails still generates the default Tailwind config. I'm pretty sure, from what I remember reading, you don't need JavaScript to configure Tailwind anymore with Tailwind version 4. So I don't know how we do this, or if this is, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's necessary, right? So let's go back here. Should have rebuilt anyways, but we'll just go ahead and rebuild it. And then come back and reload. And now you can see, hey, we can actually see what our form looks like, right? You can actually see each field on there, and that's cool. Our default views are not great for this, but again, we're not going to worry too much about that right now. Let's see if we add any default styling to these buttons. Doesn't look like we do. So we probably won't worry about any of that right now either. So let's go ahead and just create an account. The super secret password. And we're going to click sign up. Oh, looks like. There we go. And this is letter opener kicking in, right? So we're going to get that email there in the browser that says, hey, welcome admin at example.com. You can confirm your account with a link below. We'll get some additional metadata here that's helpful for development. Go ahead and click confirm. Now we can come back and log in. And now we're logged in. Of course, Chrome's going to tell us to change our password because we just made it password. But there we go. Now we've got Devise installed and configured. So let's go ahead. I know we've got like multiple NeoVim instances up here. Let's add. This is going to be. I don't know what other Tailwind plugins we need, so I'm not going to pull them all in right now. But I am going to keep the forms plugin because that helps with that default styling, and it also helps override the default HTML form elements as well. Let's see here. Do we add everything here? Let's install Tailwind forms plugin. Okay. Now we can get rid of that tmux window. We'll jump back to the plan. We've knocked that one out. Next up, Pundit. Pundit for authorization. All right. So all right, we're gonna install that one in just a minute. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick, so I will be right back. All right. We are back. All right, so we need to install Pundit now for authorization. So let's do that. Let's see here. What do we need? So similar to Devise, we're just going to add it. So let's go. We don't want to save that. Let's quit. Let's just go and reload that. Okay, so let's open up our gem file. And let's run bundle install. Again, we can do it from within NeoVim, we can do it within Tmux, we can do it wherever we want. So let's change up the music here. All right. So we've got Pundit and so yeah, let's do this. Let's just install it. And that's going to create an application policy. Okay. And let's restart our server one more time. And let's see if that had any effect. Okay, you know what? We will save our login there. That's fine. We don't have any way to navigate around, so we'll probably fix that next. Let me go back to the plan. This one's done. Like, we'll add authorization as we're going, as we need to. We don't really have anything right now, right? Or any division of users or access or even areas within the application itself, right? So until we do that, it's not going to make sense to go and like focus on policies, right? Like we'll do those as we need them. So that one's essentially done. So let's go ahead and add these. Install and configure Pundit. Okay. Now, I think here, add initial header nav bar. Yeah. Sure. Chat GPT. Let's see here. All right, so we have, yeah. All right, so let's go to our, where do we want to go? We want to go here. Buff do. And then I want to go to my application layout. We're going to have our flash. Underneath our flash, we're going to render our header, right? That's going to be like our page header, right? Like our main header. I don't know. Main header. Because everything for admin, we're just going to throw it in admin. Assume everything else is user facing, right? Is public facing or behind authentication for users who have created accounts. Okay, so Yeah, let's do that. So app views layouts header .html.erb. Let's see. How do we want to do this? So notice, let's add a flash. So let's go ahead and open up our static controller, and let's add a flash in here and say, you know, something, whatever, it doesn't matter. We just want an example so we can see what we should actually change this to be like symbol. There we go. We want to have it there so that when we build out the navigation header, we can see how it's going to look with the flash message on top of it, right? So that's how we added that. I haven't decided if this is going to be like an all dark theme. It probably will, right? Because I want the thumbnails for the video content to really jump out, right? And that to be a thing that you, like, we're really going to push to have a very visual platform for the content, right? Like focus on the content itself. And then also have some other areas where you can get additional value out of the platform. But I digress. So I don't know what we want to make this. So let's see. You know what? Let's choose some AI for this. So let's create a new chat within Claude, and let's say, help me build a main navbar header for my Rails application that uses TailwindCSS 4.0 v4 ERB and Devise for authentication. I need to be able to yeah. Yeah, let's just leave it like that. Let's see what it does, right? Let's give it a shot. I mean, I built a handful of iOS apps using Swift UI and Swift in December over the holiday break, and used Claude for a lot of it. Like, it was pretty good. I kept hitting rate limits because I was trying to have these really long conversations to maintain the context there, and so that sucked. And you still have to like take the pieces and know how to put them together and clean a few things up here or there, right? It's not like copy paste go, but it's pretty damn close. It's pretty close. All right, so that's just where we're rendering it. All right, so it wants us to add a stimulus controller to toggle the menu. I think that's probably fine. I don't know why we have all the comments in code. Like, that seems a little unnecessary, but let's see what it gave us. any of those. There we go. Oh yeah, the user doesn't currently have an avatar. You know what? We could technically just add that as part of this. User has attached avatar. Yeah. Does that alone fix it? And now it's saying no route matches that. Huh. How do I enable attachments? Let's do like Rails G active storage install. I could have swore you had to do something for maybe not. For active storage. Like you used to have to do something. Maybe it just installs by default now. Okay. Yeah, why can't I add that? All right. Has one attached avatar. That's what I want. Okay. Now let's come back here. Right, and that doesn't. So active storage. Yeah, so how do we install? Setup. Yeah, Rails. That's what I thought, man. Migrate. Let's go and reboot the server. Okay. Not that one. This one. Okay. Yeah, and obviously we don't have these other paths or whatever. Whatever Claude tried to do. Settings path. That should be good. Okay, hey, look, I mean, that's not bad. Alright. That is not bad. I'm just going to use a default image there with the text. That's cool. Interesting. We still need our primary color. Let's see. open up our Tailwind config and plugins, theme, colors, I don't know, does this need to be a string as well? And then back in our header, we have indigo. Oops. Whoops. Orange 700. A lot of indigo. Oh, nice. You've been using Claude for RSpec. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I knew it was active storage install. So dumb. I was getting autocomplete for action text, but not active storage. Okay, so... Oh, interesting. So it already like wired up the stimulus. Do we want... Will we get it for all of those? Let's see. No. I feel like this all changed. Yeah, this all changed. So we're just going to put this back for now. Like that. Just because I'm not going to get into learning Tailwind 4 right now, because I think this will go away at some point. Yeah, so let's just leave that. And then let's just replace indigo with, I don't know, zinc. Oops, let's do that globally within this file. And that way we just have more of a, just a muted, unopinionated kind of look. Okay. So we've got a drop down there. The drop down, we need the stimulus controller, right? So drop down controller. Let's maybe not name it just drop down controller. How about we don't do that, Claude? All right, so Rails G stimulus user drop down. And we'll create a user drop down controller, which is fine. And what do we have here? All right, so we're gonna have a target of menu, and we have a toggle function, disconnect and close, and looks like we don't need to connect, so we'll just replace that. We're gonna have to update. Let's update our header. Let's get rid of that. Is it just user dash? Is it user dash? I think it's user dash. Let's close. Oops. Close that. We don't need a Tailwind config. Yeah, user dash dropdown. Nice. Okay, so that should be the only place for that. And there's a mobile menu controller as well. Interesting. Okay. Why? Settings controller. And it's just toggling the hidden class. See if we need that. Nice, yeah. Okay, so it doesn't. Controller should be bound, right? So user dropdown controller. This needs to be user dropdown. All right, that's the thing I don't like about Stimulus. And like, is it that? Is it that? Like, which one is it? All right, we're at least getting missing target element menu for user dropdown control. All right, so there's our target. Yep. User dropdown target. There we go. Now we're cooking. And we get to our profile, which looks amazing. Look at that. Top-notch CSS. All right. And we can sign out from there. So let's go ahead and just test that. Okay. Sign in, sign up. Again, we'll worry about the colors later. Autofill. Yeah, we know. Super secure password. All good. All right. You know what? Not bad. I think the navigation bar is a little large, frankly, but we can always adjust that later, right? We have a way to log in, log out. We can worry about customizing the views and stuff in a different video or a different stream. Let's go back and check out the plan. All right, initial header links to sign in, sign up. Yep, done. That's not the right directory. I'd say we're almost, I mean, because we kind of added this like this avatar here. Let's fix that real quick, right? Let's actually do some app development versus setup. That's a fun, simple one there, right? So let's say initial header. We'll get to that dashboard. Add ability to upload user avatar and display in header. All right. This is not done yet. Overlay check. Check. Already finished it. Okay. Not done yet. And so we're going to want to come to the profile page. We're going to update this. Okay. Now that I'm thinking about this nav, before we move on, the drop-down menu is fine. We don't have support for escape, which we should add. And yeah, it looks okay. Let's do this. Let's go to Tailwind UI. If you guys haven't heard of Tailwind UI, check it out. It's pretty nice. I tend to use it more as a reference than like drop-in, because I typically like to do my own design. And I'll probably end up doing my own design with this as well, but let's just Let's see what we can get as a simple. Those are pretty simple headers. Interesting. What if we'd want like, no, because we need like a, honestly, like this. Like maybe we should just do something like this. Let's actually copy it. Let's look at the code for this real quick. So we do have a mobile menu there, but that's fine. Yeah, let's just take this. And we're going to need to reference all of this. All right, so let's do this. Let's create a new view. App views, layouts, navbar, html.erb. Go ahead and just paste that in there. Okay. And we're going to want some of the functionality over here, right? And so this one's easy. It's always just root. So no need to use a helper for that. I think that's one thing people forget a lot in Rails, at least in my experience from what I've seen, is that they just use like Rails helpers and the Rails way for a lot of things and forget that like you can just write HTML as well, right? At the end of the day, all they're doing is generating HTML. All right, let's see here. We're not gonna worry about menu. These are gonna be our main links. All right, so we're not really gonna have any main links right now. So we'll leave those there as placeholders, that's fine. And we're gonna have this right here. All right. And these are just mobile links, right? And then this down here, we wrap that, is our login link, right? So down here is where we're going to want our, if users signed in, we don't need a notification bell right now. We do need the drop down menu though. If you're signed in. Let's see. Yeah, so if user signed in, else, and that, okay. So if you're not signed in, then we're gonna have the login link, and that's gonna be this one here. All right, we're gonna yank all of our styles out of there, and then we're gonna select these ones. Oops. And we're going to replace them. Now I can get rid of that. And we're going to leave it sign in. We can actually just take sign up for exactly what it is. Inside there. And then if you are signed in, here's where we're going to want to show you the user drop down. All right, so I think, can we just take this and then, you know, format that? Is it not going to reformat? All right, I got you. I got you. Oops. Up here, right there. There we go. Repeat the action. Remove the wrap. And let's open up our application. Let's just switch this with nav bar and come back here and reload. Okay, so clearly that logic did not work because what do I just see login? If user signed in, all right, so if the user is signed in, we're gonna show the avatar. Else, oh, did we only modify this in the mobile menu? Yep. That's exactly why. Should be right. Might be off by one. All right, there's our menu. Cool. So that still opens up. Obviously, we still need to replace that. And this thing is, again, it's a little too tall. I know I'm zoomed in. I guess I'm not zoomed in. Interesting. I'm at 1080p, but like, it feels kind of small. Yeah. All right, let's see. What else? What else? That looks pretty good for... I can actually get there. Okay. Again, we'll probably spend an entire... here, let's just update these links real quick. We'll spend an entire stream just on design once we start getting some pieces in place. The goal is to just build all of the pieces, get them working, get them functional, and then we can go in and make them look good, and really focus on UI and UX and go through some user flows and actually go through and consume the content once we have the catalog configured, the video player in place, the video streaming from Mux as well, right? So we can actually bench test all of these things and see what it's going to be like for users, see where we can make little optimizations along the way before we launch. But yeah, the goal is to get this thing done and out in the next, I don't know, 30 days or so. So we're coming in hot with an MVP for this. We're going to focus on just core functionality and like make that core functionality from the consumer side look really, really good and have some really good UI. We'll end up using React for the UX there, I think. We'll see. We're gonna lay it out first, just with Tailwind and Rails. Maybe we'll use Hotwire for a couple of things, but it depends how far we can get with what we want to do. If it's relatively straightforward to do without pulling in a bunch of packages, then we're going to do that. If not, then we will end up probably using React for the video catalog and like those pages, just so that we can have a very visual experience for those pages. Okay, so if we were to update this, this would be like, I don't know, videos, I don't know, what is What are like the what are like the top categories? No, that's not what I mean. Like coming soon, hit. Yeah. I don't have Netflix on this other device, otherwise I'd pull it up. But you know what I mean? Where it's like trending, now trending, like coming soon, just released. Like that's probably what we would do for some of that stuff, right? I mean, wouldn't you want the just released first? So we'd have like featured. So this is going to be a streaming platform, but it is specifically tailored towards martial arts initially. Maybe if it's any good, we can kind of expand beyond that. But right now the goal is just to build something for us and for the stuff that we do. So let's see, bag workouts. And again, these are probably only, okay, those are actually up there. And, you know, maybe we have another one here, like series. Right. Is there just one R? I think so, yeah. Series. All right, you have those there. That takes you to the home page. These all are still on the home page, right? We have that. Cool. I don't think we want this blue tint that's going on here. I don't know why everything is blue gray. So again, we'll replace that with zinc. Then we get some black tones in there. We still have that. What are we gonna do for this Tailwind icon? Because I want to throw up. I want to throw up something for that. So let's see. Do we want to throw that? Should we throw it in there? I feel like I want to come back to it, so yeah, we'll come back. We'll add the logo and another one. I have a logo for it, but again, we're building this for a specific thing right now, and then maybe it could be used more generally as a platform for other people. But right now, we're going to test it with just content that like we create, which is specifically martial arts content. So for Muay Thai specifically, and then I do a lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu stuff as well, but this will mainly be for Muay Thai related workouts, fitness, stuff like that. So we'll come back and we'll add that later, right? I think that was a long about way for us to get back and add the ability to upload the avatar. Let's make sure that we have our same links over here for the mobile. Do we even have the mobile links here? Let's just look back on mobile. All right, so we do. We shouldn't have that on mobile. Instead, we should just have the other layout, right? Of course, of course. So again, that's probably something I'll spend some time on later. Just more more design related stuff, or we'll do that together in another stream because it just takes a lot of time. All right, so let's wrap this up real quick. So if we look at our active storage, has one attached. See how we should be able to just add it, right? I'm wondering if we need to. Yeah, we're not storing in S3 yet. We just have to allow avatar. No, we're not going to attach the video to a person. Avatars, resize. Yeah. And then got it. So for an existing user, you have to call attach. Or like, can we just add this avatar field? I think we can just add this avatar field, right? This file field. So let's go back here and let's close all this stuff down. And let's go to users, registrations, edit. Yeah. Okay. And so here, let's add another field. And this field is going to be a file field. We don't need autofocus or autocomplete. We do want some type of preview, right? So let's create a div here, and we'll just say this is flex, justify, center, item center. Okay, and then here, so we'll just use an ID for this. And I wonder if that will yeah, that'll trigger Copilot to give it some context there. And then nil location provided. Is this because we don't have it attached already? Oh yeah, because we need to check and see, like, is this present? If right, if resource.avatar.attached. Yeah, then you would do something like that. Which default avatar doesn't exist, but that'll just give us a 4. Let's see if we can't find a default avatar. not get a free default avatar. I don't even think ChatGPT can do that, right? Like if I go in here and say, let's see what it does. I mean, the reasoning models are pretty interesting, right? Yeah, I would probably just go with this approach. Because like, why are we triggering a Rails error there, trying to use a helper for a default image? Even if this file gets deleted, like, I don't care if that image is broken. I do care if my application is broken because it can't load a default placeholder image, right? Like, that seems like not the right approach. Field is not a field. File. Okay, now we get a placeholder, which is centered. The rest of our form should probably be centered, right? And so here we can go ahead and I don't know, give this a section. Class equals max with XL MX auto MY 16 I'll pull that in. Oh, guess that would work if we actually told it to flex. Right. And then flex call. Cool. All right. So now we can choose a file, which we're just going to choose this screenshot here. Hit update. Current password can't be blank. Okay. Let's look at that again. Got you. Update. Okay. I've come back here. It didn't work, right? So, why? Why? I've done this before. Why didn't this work? Also, I don't need that twice. Oh, that's there twice. Is it a parameter issue? Yeah, unpermitted parameter. Okay, so action update unpermitted. Okay, so this is going to be a Devise thing. I mean, would I just add it there? I don't think I would add it there, right? Does that allow it to come through? Just doing it there. Let's try it again. Secret password. No. How do I allow? How do I allow this? How? Sign up keys. Alright, there's a lazy way. Oh, do I have to do them different for account update? Got it. Okay. So I think account update. I mean, we should allow a name for that too, right? I'm not going to avatar and sign up. That's silly. No one's doing that. Application controller, no reboot. Okay. Try again. Again, I don't know what is up with this music. There we go. Now we're cooking. All right, that doesn't work, so we'll fix that. All right. So, why are we not loading? We don't need a variant, man. Let's just load it. That's really large. Okay. So width 20. That looks fine. Let's see, what else? It's a little big. Let's do like 32. I mean, 100 by 100 would be fine. I don't know why the variant wasn't working though. Let's try it. Let's try to go back to that real quick. Is it the bang? No. Is it because we didn't add any variants? Likely. So let's come back here. Has one attached. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so there we'll get a thumb, and where are we at? Edit. How do we load a variant? User video. Pre-processed. Got it. Interesting. Okay. So that did work for that. Let's open up our user model. Let's look at this one. Okay, so we know this is going to be accessed. And we can still call it thumb, that's fine. Okay. That way we automatically generate it whenever we upload it. So then, when we come back here and access the variant, again, how do we access? I don't do preview thumb. Is it just .thumb? Instead of preview? Which is variant. Okay. Variant. Right? And like it's not going to exist right now. So we're going to choose to upload it again. What's the URL? So it's just an active storage blob. It renders it there in the header, but it won't render it here. That's so weird. Not sure what I'm doing wrong there. I'll have to come back to that. Also, that's weird. Just do resource.avatar. We don't need this. Width 32. Height auto. All right. Add a shadow on there. There we go. You can't really see it. I guess you can't see that level of zoom, but if I zoom in here, oh, now we're getting the mobile menu. Got a nice little shadow there. It'll look better once we clean up this page, but again, we just wanted to add that. The ability to add the avatar there. Since we do not have your name on here because we didn't add it to the sign up. Should that, or did we? I thought we did, but I don't think we added it. That's to not add another point of friction, right? So let's just add it here. We should already be allowed to add it. It's just gonna be a text field. We can set autofocus to true. I believe this autocomplete is given name. And we'll set this to false. Honestly don't know if we want autocomplete there either, but I don't know. It's fine for now. There's our name, admin. Yeah, so we did add it. Okay, so we have our name, which means up here, instead of saying edit whatever, we can say welcome, and this will just be resource because we're in this context. All right, and 4XL, font bold, I don't know. We'll figure out something else to add to it. And we also want to make sure we're using the enter font. I don't know if we are right now. Font bold, MY. I don't know. Let's 6. Give us a little space there. Can center that up as well. Cool. And now, yeah, I mean, it doesn't look great. Again, we're not focused on styling right now. We just wanted something that's somewhat functional, has some of that functionality. We've got our main pages there. Let's go back. I think we have more than checked off the box, being able to upload the avatar. That's good. I think we did still have the wrong, let's close our menu. Okay, so we start to see the mobile menu there. And obviously this needs to adjust. Let's look at that real quick. Layouts, applications. Probably going to wrap this up here in a few minutes. It is getting late. I need to eat some dinner. Okay. Where did we do this now? We did this in the registrations edit. I would have expected. Oh, is it still? It's still at XL? No, that pushes it all over. All right. What if I just make it? That doesn't help. That still kind of pushes it over at the menu on top, but we can manage the state for that. Yeah, let's just leave that at XL. That's fine. Let's make that really bold. Okay, and then our links, we need to update there. We name this one navbar. Right. So let's make sure these are all the same. They're not. The styling of them is going to be different, which means we'll just paste for reference. Okay, so featured series. Not Siri, calm down. Stop. Techniques. Learning paths, series, and bag workouts. Okay. All right, that's kind of all in there. We have our avatar here. We don't have our I don't have our actions down there right now. All right, we have our avatar rounded full. I'll make this a little bigger. I'm okay with that. Let's make it stand out there. All right. And then, so if we were to kind of like zero in on this, that's kind of what we're working on there. So let's say what do we want? We want something like so we're gonna have our image, right? And then we're gonna have another div here. And this is going to be, I don't know if we have a span inside of it, but yeah. Something like that, right? But not inside the image. Let's do this. Oh, because we're making that a button to toggle the drop down menu. No. Okay, current user image attached. Else. Yeah, so we don't want a button here. I don't want that. I just want the links. And then I do want this. It's not going to give it to me now, but that's okay. We'll just add it back. All right, so we want a div, flex, item center. Now we're going to have yeah, username, user email, something like that. Right. And then we'll have our other actions down there. We give this some space. Oops. Okay. Far too much. I don't know what I was doing. Don't know what I was thinking there. There we go. And then let's just copy the styling that we have for these other links and replace the styling for all of these. V. Ah! I want to make sure I don't pick up the other. There we go. Let's reload. Those are going to look pretty good there. All right, so our sign out button. And let's do a couple of things here. So, yeah, that profile looks good, man. If the avatar is attached or not, we're going to display that. And then we have our links down here. We just need to give him some breathing room. says no items to show. I don't know what that is. Anyways, that's what it's going to look like. We could have a menu here that drops it down or whatever. We probably won't do that for now. Also, this admin should be white. I don't know why it's, say, username. And that's just bold. Yeah. Cool. All right, so for our button here, right? Our sign out button. So the problem is this is a button. And I think what we need here is form class. Block with form. Is it a button too? Yeah, it is. It is a button too. Okay. So Rails button to form class. It's definitely form class. I wonder if it just has to be after. Some ordering of the params. This is not a menu item. I mean, I guess they are they technically menu items? I don't know. I'll look at that whenever I do an accessibility audit. Right now, see if it's getting our class at all. I mean, there's something else that's doing that. So form. Okay, so it is getting our class. And then does this just need a... And then text left. Yeah. Okay, so do we even need this? We do, right? We don't. Oh, okay. I could swore I've had to use that before, but whatever. Not complaining. Okay, so here we're gonna do width full, text left, and there we go. Looks like it's a little off. Why? Oh, that negative MX3. That needs to be on the form class. Got it. Okay, so this negative MX3 should actually be, I think we can do it right here since it actually comes before it. Okay. Now we are of the same width. Cool. All right, again, we're gonna add that logo in later, but that's got us a nice little mobile menu. We can't close the menu yet, so let's see if we can't use our mobile menu class, because right now it opens right whenever we get to a certain screen size, but we need to bind that up to a stimulus controller. And yeah, we'll probably do that offline there. Okay, so again, let's jump back to the plan. And so we've got that. Yeah, I think that's probably good enough for now. We'll need to set up, you know, if we were to look at some of this, like next steps, let's say we need to add that initial admin dashboard, right? Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's put that up there. All right, so we're basically done in this stream. Like, we've gotten a lot of stuff configured and set up in here, and I don't want to spend a bunch of time on design and UX right now, because I do want to get the core functionality in place and then really dial in the UX. Like, the UX needs to be enough for me to navigate around and build, and then we'll worry about the actual user experience and the flow once we're able to create and upload videos to S3, send those over to Mux for transcoding, display those in a video catalog page to where we can click on them, go to a show page, have a video player, and play the video, right? That's the goal, to get that in place. Once we have that, we'll potentially refine our user sign up and registration flows and like clean those up a little bit. Then we need to think about adding our Stripe integration, and that's where we're going to essentially take your Stripe account ID and then pull in, basically generate a migration assistant, if you will, that will go through and migrate all of your Stripe customers, plans, products, and subscriptions so that you can have access to those within the application, and we can link those up and then dynamically render those for users to actually sign up. So we'll generate a page for that, and render that, and then we'll have to set up Stripe webhooks and link all of that up. So we'll do that in a future stream. I think for now this is probably a good stopping point. I hope you get some value out of the stream, and until next time, I'll see you around.